Okay guys, I wanted to give you some expectations for your design your own locker assignment. We went and talked about this a little bit in class. However, I have an example for you. I've designed my own virtual locker. We don't have lockers at McNair, but I thought this might still be a fun activity because we're not in, because you guys are virtual students, we are not in the classroom for getting to know you type activities. So I wanted you to be able to get to know your classmates a little bit better because I know it can get kind of lonely being at home with the virtual instruction. So we are going to design your own locker, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my locker again, just in case you were going back to rewatch this video and for direction purposes. So I included a picture of myself. I actually created a Bitmoji, and you are more than welcome to do that. I have, if you see here, the little extension, if you are on a Google device that can download a Google extension, this is my Bitmoji extension. And then I have all of my different Bitmojis here. If you were on like an Apple or an Android device, that should be a different app that you could go. And all you do is, let's say I wanted to use this one. I just hit my left hand side of my mouse and then copy image, and then I would be able to paste that into my presentation. So that's where I came up with my Bitmoji. Now everything else that you include in your locker is going to be included here, just some things that would let your class know a little bit about you. So again, Mrs. Brown is always singing and always usually has a cup of coffee in her hand. Some of the other things about me, I went to Texas Tech, so I love all things Texas Tech, West Texas, Lubbock, all that stuff. I am a math teacher, so that's why you see the little symbol for pi. I am currently reading Midnight Sun, which is the latest book in the Twilight series. I'm about halfway finished with that. I got over the quarantine one of those Peloton bikes, so that's something that we have enjoyed doing just to keep up with exercise and things at my house. And then these two little guys here that you see are Lincoln and Riggs. Those are my sons. And then this is my husband, Mr. Brown, as well as we met one of the guys that's in on my favorite band, which is Blue October. And I've mentioned to you guys a couple times now, if you've done the Meet the Teacher slides, that I love the Astros and the Texans. Any Houston sports I enjoy watching. One of the places that we were supposed to go before everybody got quarantined was to take my two boys to Disney World this last summer. So that's why you see the little Mickey Mouse symbol. And one of the things that we love to go do, there is a bay house that we rent in Galveston that has a view of the bay where you can go like fishing, and it has a pool. And so that's one of my personal goals later in life, is to end up getting a bay house somewhere down in Galveston. So that's all the things that you see represented in my virtual locker. What you are going to do is you will go to Google Classroom and you will see this as an assignment. You are going to get a copy of your own, so it will include Mrs. Brown's copy, and then this would be your copy, okay? You are going to insert a text box, and this text box will have your name on it, anything you want for the class to know about you. Here is where you can go and change your fonts. So if you want it to be a different font size or a different font type, and this is where you would go to change your font size. Now, here is where you can go change the text, the color. So it has all these different ones available to you if you want to change the color of your text. I already explained how to go and put the Bitmoji in, but I just wanted to show you how I went and found all the little different pictures in mine. So one of the things that you can do is go to Google, and what you're going to do, you can kind of see my past things. You're going to go and you're going to search for a transparent background, and this is going to make sense in a second, because if you can find one, you'll search and then you'll go to images, okay? I think I actually used this one, but what you will do is you will left click again, go to copy image, and then you will come back and you will paste it. You want it to be a transparent background if you can find one, just because it makes everything a little bit easier. So I want this to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to drag from the corner and then I'm going to put it into somewhere on my locker. Okay. If you have something else that you would like to clip, there is something, if you are on a Google device, called a snipping tool. So this just allows me to go to any type of website or picture or anything like that, and I can go and make a smaller picture like this, and I can copy it in that way if I chose to do that. Okay, and again, I can shrink the size by pulling on the left-hand corner. And one last thing, if you want to include pictures, this is a picture of my two boys. And so again, I just downloaded this as a picture. You're going to left click to copy, and then you will left click again to paste it and drag from the corner to make into a smaller size. I'm hoping that on the first day of school we get to do a little bit of time for you to work on this. So if you are having trouble with any of the things that we just talked about, Mrs. Brown will be more than happy to help you. But this is just something that I want you to enjoy making, and so that we can learn a little bit about each other going forward this year. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, you will find this assignment in your Google Classroom. It will make a personal copy for you, and you will need to go back and add your name. We'll talk about a due date at a later time, okay?